The internet's newest main character is 20-year-old streamer Braden Peters, aka Clavicular. He serves as a representative of the looks-maxing community, an offshoot of the Incel black pill ecosystem that have come to the conclusion that with society and the dating market stacked against them, the only way to ascend out of their social caste is to become as physically attractive as humanly possible. He's taken this to extreme measures, including starve-maxing, abusing stimulants, and hitting himself in the face with a hammer, referred to as bone smashing. He started taking black market steroids and testosterone at age 15, leading to infertility, erectile dysfunction, and eventually getting him kicked out of university for drug possession. With formal education out of the question, he went all in on looks-maxing, spending his free time researching ways to improve his appearance with experimental peptides, and planned to travel to Turkey for a double jaw surgery to attain more masculine features. The spectacle of this pursuit exploded across the internet. Less than a year ago, he was working as a line cook, and today he's become the fastest growing streamer on Kick, with teams of thousands of dedicated clip farmers gathering millions of views daily on his newest controversy.
Drive.
Oh my god! You probably just ran him over. Oh my god.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
He's been profiled in GQ, the New York Times, The Atlantic, and made his modeling debut at New York Fashion Week. This video will explore his worldview, the origins of the movement, if there's any validity to his claims, and why it's resonating so much in our current climate. The surface-level critique of looks-maxing is always, bro, you're really overthinking this. Girls do not care about looks to the extent that you think that they do. There's easier ways to get chicks than smoking peptide-laced meth and hitting yourself in the face with a hammer to reinvent phrenology. You could just meet a girl with a similar interest at, like, a run club and be nice to them. Wrong. The point is not to get girls. They don't particularly like girls very much. The point is to ball. The term MOG originated on bodybuilding forums as a shorthand for the alpha male of the group. The pack leader, the hottest, the richest, the highest status. Getting girls isn't the end goal, but rather an affirmation that you're a Chad. The blonde around your arm is symptomatic of your success, more akin to a Lamborghini or a Rolex. Despite what some rich guys say, they don't particularly care about Swiss engineering or motorsports. They want it because they know other men can't have it. It's performance art for the male gaze. This quality has historically been associated as a feminine trait, with women saying they're not dressing for male approval, they're doing it for themselves. The first part's definitely true, they're not doing it for men, but it's also not solely for themselves. A woman by herself isn't wearing high heels and a full face of makeup. She's wearing an oversized Scooby-Doo t-shirt and Garfield slippers. When they go out, they're dressing for other women. But they're doing it in a collaborative nature. They want everybody else at the party to be hot and are excited to see their friends serving. The looks-maxers see it as more of a zero-sum game in a competitive nature. They're aware of the prevalent hierarchies and have a desire to stand out. To MOG is to be free. It's to be safe. From external threats, as well as safe from the voice in your head telling you that you're not enough.
You need to have positive thoughts. It's all about, like, manifestation. He's like, you know, everything that's going on in your head, that just shapes reality. Which is probably the worst possible thing you could tell a depressed person. Just like, hey, you know when you wake up in the morning, that voice in your head that calls you a f***ing loser? That's actually a force of nature that shapes the fabric of reality. Oh God, I gotta go buy a gun. That's not good at all.
The perpetually mogged are constantly looking over their shoulder, paranoid that what little they've earned will be taken from them by the oppressive Chad.
What are you lacking, Myron, that you can't hold her desire? Why didn't you have her soul locked in? I mean, she was your girlfriend, right? You claimed to have her as a girlfriend. So where did you lack as a man? You had a girl, but you didn't have her soul. So Rico, he didn't really steal Angie. He collected her. Yeah, man, they call him Rollerblade Rico. He's a shadow that just rolls out of nowhere, man. Smooth wheels, smoother game. You don't even hear him coming. One minute you're holding her hand, next minute, pew, gone.
More so than desiring what the Chad has, their main objective is to escape the perceived power balance between the two. This hieroglyph contains an eternal truth that's essential to decoding the incel psyche. The Chad vs. Virgin meme has tortured the minds of the youth for decades. But the Chad didn't always used to be the goal. At one point he was the enemy. Before he was depicted in his current form, he was written about in legends told at the cinema. Karate Kid, Heathers, Revenge of the Nerds. The mob took their resentment to the silver screen and created a revisionist history of themselves getting one over on the bullies, creating a fiction to shape the culture and humiliate the ones that once humiliated them inside of the junior high locker rooms. As the genre went out of style, the resentment remained, and a whole collaborative extended universe of the nerd jock archetype was proliferated on sites such as 4chan. Chad, Stacy, Becky, and a whole roster of soy jacks were used as stand-ins to represent the power imbalances in people's lives. What started out as a meme for most people started to become more real than the outside world. Instead of these figures being used to exemplify tropes exhibited by people, the real people were simplified to be nothing more than the living embodiment of these figures.
Obnoxious men.
Date the Chads.
Yeah.
The Chads of this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the Stacy's going for the Chads.
Exactly. The Stacys are the dizzy, dumb girls dating the goofy, jocks.
Yeah.
Right. So you call them Stacys and Chads.
Yeah.
Or I've heard that term before. And so that's in the alt-right.
Yes.
That conversation takes place in the alt-right as well.
Yes.
Do other things take place in the alt-right? Or
red pill. You can either take the red pill or you can take the blue pill.
Right.
And some alt-right members even consider them to be a black pill, which in essence means they're a MGTOW, men going their own way.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. But the conversations tend to be focused around fellas who have been unable to lose their virginity due to the Stacys of this world and the Chads. Being celibate, involuntarily celibate. What is that?
That means, celibacy means someone who never has a sexual intercourse.
Right.
Involuntary celibacy means this wasn't your choice.
I see.
Essentially have been thrown into true forced loneliness and you're unable to lose your virginity.
Right.
This is especially painful for young males.
When did you first go on to 4chan?
2014.
2014. And specifically when in 2014?
May 23, 2014.
And how were you able to remember that?
Because I remember that was a very significant day.
Okay. What was that?
That was when Elliot Rodger decided to essentially commit an uprising, a beta uprising, if you will,
right,
against the Chads and the Stacys.
Okay. It was Elliot Rodger who was the father.
Basically, the founding forefather of the entire movement.
Right. So explain to me this movement. What's this movement about?
It's basically a movement of angry incels, such as myself, who are unable to get laid. Therefore, we want to overthrow the Chads, which would force the Stacys to be forced to reproduce with the incels.
So that's just a short form for fellas who
can't get laid,
can't have sex, right? Okay. And what happened in the Elliot Rodgers uprising? What did he do?
I know he used a gun as well as a vehicle to convert the life status of certain individuals to death status.
Right.
Only to carry the message that incels can't be oppressed. You could call it an incel rebellion.
Incel rebellion, exactly. Right. Yeah. Okay. And were these fellas active on 4chan?
Yes,
They were. Have you ever communicated with these fellows?
I actually have, as a matter of fact.
So what did you discuss with these guys?
We discussed our frustrations at society and being unable to get laid, and we were plotting a certain timed strikes just to put all the normies in a state of panic.
Okay, and who would be a normie?
Normie means normal people. That would be anyone who is considered to be normal by the unfair standards of society.
But not the Chads or Stacy's. Chads
and Stacy's are actually above normies, or at least they think they're above normies.
Of course, yeah. Okay, all right. So is it fair to say you've got Chads and Stacy's up here, normies down here, incels who believe they're being suppressed or repressed, and so as a result, to even the playing field.
Yes.
They convert the Stacy's and Chads from living to dead, and to
so
make
that we come out on top. But we do wish to subjugate them in order to make them understand that that our type is the more superior one.
Right. So when you say subjugate, what do you mean by that?
Meaning either imprison them or put them in a lower position in society.
Okay.
So that they acknowledge the incels or the Pepe the Frog types as the more superior ones.
So you're saying things that I'm not familiar with.
Sorry.
What's a Pepe the
But we he's a mascot on 4chan, and we
He's a mascot?
Yes.
Who is this 4chan? Oh, who is this 4chan? This 4chan.
He may have been just a system administrator.
But 4chan is, you can go on it right now, and the thing about it is it's not user-friendly by design. There's porn playing on the banner ads on the side to make people that are uncomfortable about that uncomfortable right away and to get off there. The user layout is also, it's not user-friendly. Like the threads, they look weird. The way stuff is stacked is not intuitive when you first see it. There's no usernames, everybody's anonymous, so that's another factor to it, that you have complete anonymity and you can't have like post history or anything, so you can just say the most inflammatory shit, which we found out in the Jeffrey Epstein leaks. Like the creator of 4chan was talking to Jeffrey Epstein, and they have different boards, and they're kind of like subreddits on Reddit. But the worst one is called Poll, which is politically incorrect, and that's where all like the neo-Nazis and shit are hanging out. So it was definitely like billionaires like funding this thing to create like division and like chaos, and like this like fake universe with all these like caricatures of like the Stacys and the Beckys or whatever. That became more real to them than reality, which they're not living in. They're just living on these forums. But yeah, it is like compartmentalizing, and just like all of them are like, because I've had bad experiences with girls or dating or whatever. It's like, oh, there's no hope. It's like the black pilled thing, just like, oh, it doesn't matter, everything is fucking shit, and they're all like this. They're like isolated and neglected, and then they find this group where there's just like a pity party, and they're all talking about how bad shit is, and they like all relate to each other about that. But there's also normal boards on there. Like the Moo board is just like for people sharing cool music with each other, and like torrents of like ripped files, and they just use that platform because it would be taken down for like copyright reasons on other websites. So a bunch of people into underground music like Death Grips would go on the Moo board, and then they don't go on the Poll board. There's another 4chan board called R9K, which is supposed to be like Robot 9000, and it's for like people that they like identify almost as like they're so autistic. And you talked about the like it's not all autistic people, but it's these people that like self-identify as this like type of autistic where it's like very school shooter heavy, like I can't relate to literally anybody on earth except for like I feel like I don't feel the emotions that other people feel, and then that's just like other people amping you up that's like a valid and not trying to get better but actively trying to get worse. It would be like if Dexter didn't have a dad to tell him to kill the other murderers, It would be if Dexter was left to his own devices with unlimited internet access and found other Dexters. Incel groups flip the power structure of status. Whereas on mainstream platforms like Instagram, with people trying to show off their looks or their wealth, these forums invert flexing, with people trying to one-up each other over how shitty their life is. It's like when you try to tell somebody that you're tired, and they go, "Pfft, you only slept 5 hours. You think that's bad? Try being a 38-year-old diaper fur." They're posting their L's like it's a money spread. Don't even try to go in there claiming to be a real incel, unless you were born via C-section. Now, I'd be lying to say that these are not some of the funniest people on the internet. The best place to see their posts is on the subreddit r/kitchencells. Girlfriend left me because I'm autistic. Drop my meatballs. Fuck my stupid chud life. I'm Indian. I beat my shit to a girl using the reflection of her face in her dog's eye on Instagram. I'm allergic to tomatoes, so I made this punishment meal. Tomatonator. I drop my salad. I fail at everything I do. I'll never amount to anything. I'm a perverted incel freak with weirdly long toes. I'm a pathetic imitation of my father. Salad. I live next door to a dog grooming studio, and I like to pretend that they're talking to me when I hear "good boy," and you're doing so well. I'm a fat, greedy fuck and should be put down like a useless horse. Failed my fucking driver's test today. I'm 26 years old. I can't hold a job. I can't get laid. I can't even drive. I don't deserve flavors. Girls will stay with men who beat them. That means I'm worse than physical violence and abuse. Can of sardine rose. $20 male. Bought underwear from an OnlyFans model. Put it on. Got an STI. Cheesecake. No cracks. Finance groceries with Klarna and have no way to pay it back. 427 credit score. Broke maxed Goysil. Dad told me today he's come to terms with the fact I'm gay, and he accepts me. I'm not gay, so I don't know why he said that. Fried pickles and garlic mayo. Typed W in my mom's laptop, and the first search was what happens if both parents don't want their kid in the divorce. So I'm eating her whole lamb roast and rage jerking to her romance books. This isn't even a depression meal, my mom just made me literal chum. Me think me gwan take me own life. Sushi Airi. My biology professor used me as an example of inferior genetics because I was short. I have a master's degree and I earn minimum wage. Chicken burger of absolute despair. Words cannot express my anguish at my own failures. There is a dopamine hit that you get by throwing a pity party for yourself. Like when I was in high school, I made a burner account and shared a screenshot from a breakup to some Facebook group that was like depressing text out of context. Just sharing shit to strangers that you could not waterboard out of me at this point in my life. I think it may have even been a poem. I don't remember. I just tried to erase it from my memory, drinking bottles of Robitussin like it was the Men in Black Flash. And even recently, my buddy just posted on Kitchen Cells, after he got stood up for a date that he made reservations for, he took a picture of himself eating oysters alone. There's something about owning your shame and humiliation where you just remove it from yourself like a tumor and put it in a display case to be able to compartmentalize it.
Funny, eh? You see something happen to you on camera? It's like it's not even happening to you. It's like it's happening to a different person. It's crazy.
Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver is really the first Kitchen Cells post. Somehow convinced a Stacy to go on a date with me. I take her to the theater close to my house, thinking we'd watch something romantic together. The face when the Foyd starts screaming at me that I'm disgusting for taking her to a porno theater. She doesn't like these type of movies. I didn't know she was a cinephile. Another day in my shitty chud life. Bowl of white bread, soaked in milk and brandy. These groups relish in their trauma and embarrassment, and instead of using these experiences as a spark to change, or at least contextualize it into something creative, they stay stuck in the muck. It becomes their whole identity, and if somebody tries to change, they pull each other down like crabs in a bucket, or gatekeep that these guys are just LARPing the sadness that they've all embraced.
You can tell if a man is misogynistic by asking him one simple question. Is offering him any meal that has tofu in it.
If a Foyd asks me if I'll eat tofu, I am going to immediately hit her with my true cell rage.
Hey, buddy. I don't appreciate you LARPing. Okay? You're saying these words like you know them. You're acting like you are them. You're not them. Stop faking. Thank you.
There are a lot of fake cells now. People talk about there being a MAGA cultural victory and a shift in the entertainment industry. Not really, that kind of petered out. That Kid Rock halftime show was the most dusty, divorced-ass shit I have ever seen in my life.
I just want to catch my fish, drive my fish, drink my fish.
That's not the future, no matter how hard they try. Incel culture is what's starting to permeate the mainstream. Kanye West is like a groundhog for culture. Whatever he's doing is going to be the mainstream 5 years later. In 2013, critics hated Yeezus, and then by 2018, that was the sound everybody was trying to copy. In 2016, he put on the red hat, and MAGA stayed a cultural force until about 2021. In 2022, he linked up with Fuentes, and was entirely on the 4chan troll culture wave. So it's going to be an incel winter until at least 2027. Open Instagram Reels and tell me that's not the zeitgeist right now.
Hi, welcome to Callie Groiper Piggyverse. Imagine you're a boomer. You think, well, I bought a house when I was 20. Decided to debate the most powerful person in Gen Z, Piers Morgan, Nick Fuentes. Psh, psh, get back to work, Piers Morgan. Oh, psh, psh.
Mid-tier normie, high-tier normie.
Clavicular's name, do you know what Clavicular's name means?
Is it like the bone or something?
So, because
so it's really bad that he got frame mugged because that's like his name.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why it's brutal.
Yeah, and it's one of those, because he got frame mugged.
Who's like the #1 jester maxer, if you had to say, like at this company?
I'm slowly learning that being neurotypical and being a normal person, it doesn't fucking matter, because when I talk with this vernacular and I talk, say the words that I'm used to saying, which by the way is not like something intentional at all. It's just genuinely how I've.
Of course, you're well researched.
I've talked, because I was on forums for hours every single day. We'd say this lingo, so it's quite normal. And now everyone's adjusting to it. So there's no point of me trying to act like a fucking neurotypical loser. Because everyone's going to adjust to me. I don't have to adjust to them.
Well, that's it. That's right.
Even the fucking NFL is saying maxing.
Of course. Of course. You are the culture.
Netflix is saying fucking jester and all this shit. Yeah, I'll just do what I do until everyone is on my side of the aisle.
Your coworker in the office will be like, ugh, I am just fat-ass pilled. If I have another bite of this goy slop, I am going to rope max. If Elliot Rodger could live to see the day, he would feel like a ghost that just became reanimated. Just like, wait. You can see me. You speak my language. You're black-pilled too? There has been a total incel cultural appropriation. I can't stop talking like that. Like, I was talking to my wife the other day and offhandedly called somebody a wagey. She goes, a what? I go, like a wagey, a wage cuck? She goes, you have a slur for employed people? I'd be like, no, that's not one of the ones that I made up. That's a thing that people say. And I know that implies I do have a list of slurs that I've made up, but shut up. You don't know what those Armenians did to me. Anyway, the point is that culture is created by people affirming and amplifying the reality that people are experiencing around them. And that reality is not good for a lot of people anymore.
So I took out 2 loans to get here today. I don't even have money for a hotel. I've slept
Give
in
him
my
a big
car.
hand, guys. Homeless dude.
Yeah, so I've slept in my car the past 2 nights, but I just wanted to show up. So my question is, how do you 10x your mindset to like break through that fear of just like getting to the next point?
If you adjust what has been the trend job creation over the past, let's say, 6 months, if you adjust that for what we think, our staff thinks, is the overstatement due to overcounting, effectively there's 0 net job creation in the private sector.
10 to 15% of men aged 16 to 24 are NEETs. Not employed, educated, or in training. These are the guys you get matched up with on Rocket League after a long day of work, wanting to unwind, and then these sweaty motherfuckers that have been home all day honing the blade start diddling you with flip reset musty flicks on their Smurf account. They've lost all hope for the future and have chosen not to participate in regular society and have regulated themselves to parallel worlds. Even if you have a job, it's easy to feel like a NEET, with all the markers of adulthood and self-sufficiency being pushed back, with more and more people living at home or staying in squats with multiple roommates because of the housing market, pushing 30, reading passive-aggressive sticky notes on whose turn it was to do the dishes. People are delaying having children until they feel they're financially stable, which turns into a photo finish race on whether or not they'll have fertility issues by the time they're finally ready. Nobody even bothers saying children are the future anymore. John and Mary have been replaced by Claude and Grok. A lack of social third places that don't require you to spend half your day's pay are causing people to primarily socialize online. Instead of having some sort of social cohesion with different types of people in a community, you can be relegated to niche echo chambers online where people amplify the worst aspects of their personality. You fell into a career that you're not particularly proud of, with limited opportunities to advance. Meanwhile, you're given boomer words of wisdom that are about as applicable as somebody telling you to become a blacksmith or a milkman. Well, you just walk in, give them a firm handshake and look them in the eye, and then they'll give you a job sweeping floors. And if you stick around long enough without complaining, you could become CEO of the company. The only way to increase your salary is through job hopping and supplanting that through gig work. There's no pension or securities, and you always feel like you're on the bubble, that your job will be replaced by AI or eliminated due to downsizing after being acquired by private equity. For newer grads, most of the entry-level jobs to get your foot in the door are being outsourced and automated, limiting upward mobility if you lack a nepotism connection. The middle class has been hollowed out. For the most part now, it's just going to be the rich and the working poor. So with any fantasy of working your way up the ladder gone, people are just in a holding pattern, biding their time and punching a clock until they can come up with their own Grifter get-rich-quick scheme to escape. Selling Pokemon cards or feet pics or a kidney. I don't need both kidneys. Fuck, I'd trade an organ for a reliable car. Selling crap from Alibaba on your TikTok shop used to be the meta before tariffs patched that exploit. You can become a Section 8 landlord and take even more single-family homes off the market for young couples. You might be able to retire that way. Oh, you can organize a fake hate crime with your black friend. That way he can set up a GoFundMe, and then you set up a counter GoFundMe and say that you lost your job because of the woke. The possibilities to make money in this country are limitless, unless you plan to do so by actually working or providing something of value to society. It's a smash-and-grab economy. That's why the jaded apathy is resonating so much with people. The normies are jokingly leaning into the culture, embracing how absurd it is the fact that everything is over. But the true cells deep in the trenches are desperate to escape. The malcontent found looks-maxing as the cheat code to unlock all other cheat codes, and that by striving towards physical perfection, they can participate in a hyper-real version of normal society instead of being relegated to their alternative worlds. The question is, are they right? Speaking of not having any money, I also have a Patreon. I have been committing low-level fraud and breaking and entering to make these videos over the last year. This business owner doesn't know that I'm here right now. And half the videos on my channel have been demonetized. I'm fucked. Oh my god, I'm in so much fucking debt. What a horrible life decision. There's a reason other YouTubers don't put this much fucking effort in it. Anyway, that's not your problem. It's also a good deal for you, the listener. because you get access to an exclusive podcast. I've extended interviews with military veterans, a plumber talking about the world of OSHA violations, comedian friends, and an insider into the world of finance and tech startups. I also have solo podcasts, like the one where I recap the time I was interviewed by a public intellectual and media theorist, but it was the weekend after Charlie Kirk got shot, and that was the only thing I could talk about. So I derailed the whole show. I just started crashing out about Randy Fine. So that interview's never getting released. I don't know if that's the reason or there were technical difficulties. They never followed up. But I hope to do the show again someday. I had a lot of fun. I'm a big fan. Shout out Douglas and Team Human. I also have another episode that will eventually get me disappeared by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So that's staying behind a paywall. They scare the fucking shit out of me. Anyway, so it's fun stuff like that. You also get access to the Discord server, so you can hang out in the group chat, share music or conspiracy theories, or just find people to play video games with. That's how I met the plumber that I interviewed. If money's tight right now, don't worry about it. You can support the channel by just liking and subscribing. Shit, if you want, you could even clip segments from the video essays on the main channel. Throw your own ads on them. I don't give a fuck. The only thing I'd copyright strike are the Patreon episodes, because I talk massive shit on there, and that's a secret. Anyway, back to the beautiful people. A case often cited by looksmaxers as the story that blackpilled them is that of Jeremy Meeks, a Crips-affiliated career criminal from Vacaville, California, who served time for identity theft, grand theft auto, assaulting a 16-year-old, forgery, and his last conviction was for being caught with an illegal firearm in 2014. What was different with his last arrest was that the Stockton Police Department posted his mugshot on Facebook, which then accumulated over 90,000 likes. Hashtags such as Prison Bay and the Blue-Eyed Bandit spread like wildfire, with women thirsting over him in the comments.
Vanessa Vieira writing, if this guy broke into my house, I'd make him forget why he broke in within 30 seconds. Laugh out loud. Lady Santiago, I'd got 50 shades on that man. Oh, God, yes.
And within 24 hours of getting locked up, I had hundreds and hundreds of letters coming through.
No, it was wild, though, because I was getting too many letters to where I couldn't even read them all. And so I'm passing them down the tier, and now everyone's going, hey, this chick just said, and it was just too much.
Yeah.
I'm getting naked pictures, I'm getting money orders, all kind of money's being sent in. I'm still getting movie opportunities. While I was in the feds, I signed a deal with a management agency saying they're sending me books, The Artist's Way, the Yvonne Chubbett acting book, like they're sending me all kind of shit.
Meeks was sentenced to 27 months in prison instead of the recommended 63, with the judge saying she wants him to take advantage of the opportunities he's been given.
He can't go to prison. He's too pretty to go to prison.
During lockup, his wife managed his Instagram account, fielding brand sponsorships and contracts, only for him to leave her to pursue modeling after he was released, and shortly thereafter, he entered a relationship with the daughter of a UK billionaire.
Stepped fresh out of federal prison into the limelight. You know, Maseratis and camera crews took me to the halfway house. Getting legal money is amazing. It really is. It's not stressful, you know. You don't have to worry. Getting that legal bag, oh my gosh, it changed my life. And it's easy. It's easy to get money, you know?
He was jet-setting around the world, starring in movies and walking on runways, while the mother of a 15-year-old boy that was killed by Meek's gang, protecting his girlfriend in a drive-by, had to see his face plastered across her television screen. His story showed that if people find you attractive, you can be forgiven or even exalted for doing the same thing that would cause the public to revile an unattractive person. So earlier this year, I went to Los Angeles to meet industry people because of the YouTube stuff. And I'm told when they were sent my videos, the first thing multiple people said was, he's got a good look, you know, he's quite unconventionally attractive. The fuck? I personally didn't know I was doing a goofy style, but all right, I guess I'll take it. We were watching the Beatles documentary, and then she's like, you know, I forget how ugly the Beatles were. I'm like, oh, that's crazy, because I look like all of the Beatles. But I bring that up to state the obvious, that Hollywood explicitly cares about looks. You can push through the other side, too, and be so weird-looking that you become a commodity, but it's a reverse bell curve with the extremes on either end being rewarded. If you're just kinda chopped and want to work in the film industry, you either gotta hold the camera or get a master's degree from Harvard. It's like Chick-fil-A, women and gays in the front, and then they got the orcs working the deep fryer in the back. It's brutal, but that's what the audience wants. With Tinder and hookup apps being a lot of young people's first venture into the dating market, it makes sense that they would probably think that most people only care about looks. If you met each other in real life and hit it off, most people will overlook all that superficial shit if you vibe together. But when you're scrolling through a portfolio of potential life partners, you're placed into the mindset of a Hollywood casting director, and you're trying to cast the person that looks the part of your boyfriend or girlfriend before you get a chance to know the real them. Going back to the lack of affordable social spaces, it's hard to find an alternative. If you're lucky enough to meet a girl in school or through friends, it's a little less demoralizing. If you happen to be 5'10" instead of 6 foot, your friend is not going to filter you out from setting you up with her roommate. Someone's type is a lot more flexible when they get a chance to know the real you instead of just a collection of data points on a spreadsheet. But looks aren't completely irrelevant. Like, if you have an active lifestyle, you probably want to find somebody that's in good shape so you could do the same hobbies together. Like, caring about your physique can be cool. Those bodybuilders that I met on Venice Beach, they were cool as fuck. They weren't like douchebags or anything. They took time out of working out to help me do my stupid little YouTube video. And then they were super supportive. They're like, oh yeah, man, you should get into lifting. It's a lot of fun. It's like super rewarding. You know, just start out slow, get on a program. I was skinny when I started, so you could do it. It's no problem. The thing that I think is troubling about looks maxers compared to bodybuilders is the underlying resentment and projection. Like, bodybuilders are just in it for the love of the game. They just want to be like Hulk and like lift heavy rocks. The looks maxers see everything as this weird psychosexual power fantasy where they're always jockeying for status.
What you do is you have to set up what's called vantage points. So you would take like something. I'm not gonna put it down. So just say this is a regular book. Don't do it with a Quran. Vantage point. So you put a vantage point like here. So that way you take off the shoes, and then you go, you like rest on it, and then you set up a next vantage point like right over here, and then you just make it to the bedroom. That way you're good. So that's the.
Are you trolling on the vantage point, or
No, I'm being dead serious. A buddy, I learned that from a buddy. So
you're 6'2" doing this.
Well, yeah, bro. I mean, like whatever takes Mog.
You're trolling, right?
No, bro.
No, you're 6'2".
Yeah, but we should be 6'3".
I'm legally 6'3" on my ID.
So let's be 6'4".
I'm good.
It's about excellency. Oh yeah, I'm doing good. I'm above average. It's like that's still only the 93rd percentile.
I want a girl to like me for my personality.
I've never heard anything so gay before.
You should get jacked for yourself, not as revenge to spite humanity. For example, Clavicular is currently doing a month-long, 24-hour-a-day live stream. I tuned in, I watched an entire day in the life of Clav, hanging out with DJ academics. After an interview, they both went out on a party boat in South Florida together. To go off on a tangent for a second, you need to watch the public humiliation ritual of DJ academics at sea.
Yo, I'm on an 89 tab, like kind of gooning. I'm looking for some shit. I get in the 90th. Y'all ended up kind of whacking into some crackhead porn. Now,
you ever smoke crack?
No, I don't even smoke at all. You smoke crack? No, you did.
I did once.
Why would you do that?
Hey, bro, don't ask me about a lot of things I did.
But why crack though?
Were
you with people?
I used to hang around. Yeah, I used to hang around a lot of black people.
So you were no. Let's not. No.
Clav goes to the bathroom and Ak addresses the live chat.
Yo, hold on. Am I free mogging him right now?
He's hit with fat mogging, fat maxing. One guy just started chanting slave boat for the next hour. While he's getting cyberbullied by children for clout, his pitch to 20-year-old Braden is, I'm gonna wingman for you.
Then once you get her, I got the pick of the litter for the friend. I'll get the baddest friend. Then we can trickle down the economics. I get the second baddest, and then we throw the other baddest to the rest of the squad.
Scrap maxing, scrounge pilled. He's a year older than Jesus Christ for reference. He starts scaring the hoes at unprecedented levels.
I don't know, I guess I'm good at that.
That's my best friend. I knew him since third grade.
Oh yeah, bro.
Third grade.
That's fire.
It's my best friend. Don't play with him. My man.
Academic starts where my hug at maxing so hard, he He makes Clavicular hit a gym from the office. The live chat was the most interesting part of the situation. There were people just trolling and making jokes, but then some guys in there felt like we're engaging in some sort of fetish roleplay fantasy. They're saying things like, "We gotta fuck that one. Stop talking to that slag. The mother of your children is standing right there. 9 o'clock. They were trying to pilot him like some cuckold avatar, and if the conversation went on too long, they would yell, "Kill her."
Kill me. Do you just want to throw me off the edge?
Kind of.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Why
kind
are
of.
you saying do it?
Well, you would survive. Yeah, it'd be a clip.
We gotta consider Grace off.
Yeah.
She didn't help us.
I don't know if I would survive in this. How?
Can't swim?
At the drop of a dime, he would start berating and insulting the women if they showed any reluctance to have sex with him.
I mean, like, I'm not trying to be friends with you. Like, I'm trying to have sex with you. Yeah, I fucking hate this line, of course.
This is where the chat became most alive.
Yo, what the fuck is up with your fat ass bitch? Don't push you on fucking dancing whore.
Instead of Alec Manessian running over sorority girls with a van for their sin of desiring chads, Clav has become what they craved and used that to humiliate them for their hubris. You want a 6-foot-tall millionaire with a chiseled jaw? Okay, bitch, well this is how guys like me treat girls like you. He makes it clear he's aware that's what he's doing too.
I would never say that to a nice girl with who comes from a good family. I would never disrespect her like that, but a girl who's a porn star or I already know is a hoe, it's like that's the kind of thing that they're looking for anyway.
Do you
know?
feel
So
like
there's a huge difference in the way that I talk to these OnlyFans girls and the way that I talk to a girl I know comes from a good family, is in school, you know, she's a good person. So there's really a difference there.
Now, a lot of these girls are extremely rude and annoying, to be clear.
He's not my boyfriend. He's broke up. He's not our influencer, but.
Oh, is it?
His name is Benny. He's like known for saying like the N-word.
But he doesn't seem to grasp that he's just the male version of the worst woman on earth. In one clip, he's genuinely distraught seeing a man getting humiliated by a dominatrix.
Get out, go on. What the fuck? Get the fuck up, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck are you? You're just trying to embarrass this poor dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, you're trying to embarrass this guy, and it's disgusting what you're doing. You're taking advantage of him, right? Because men are down bad. No. Men are down bad, and you know that, and you're trying to take advantage of them. You're an evil person.
But then he brings his 18-year-old girlfriend on Fresh and Fit and attacks her for not cooking and cleaning enough while he tries to fuck other girls in front of her.
All right, Lily, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio. Originally.
To be honest, I'd rather ask Clav these questions. I don't like to talk to women if their boyfriend's in the room. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but like I look at it like, you know, the man is the owner, so it's like we talk to the man.
He's in charge.
We don't care to really talk to the woman if the man's in the room.
Yeah.
Very respectable guy.
Yeah, dude, that's just kind of how it is, man. I think women are to be seen and not be heard, to be honest with you. So she's 18 in Ohio. What does she do?
Yeah.
She works for you, basically.
Nothing. The fact that you sleep until, you know, three in the afternoon. You know, you don't iron my clothes. It's like, you know, I've had fucking frozen waffles, you know, every single meal for the past, you know, month basically, and I haven't had a single hot plate of food made for me. When I sent you out,
that's not
yeah,
true.
like it's unbelievable.
You
It's unbelievable.
do get food
Unbelievable.
made from me. I know there's things that need to be done, but I want to make it very clear that I love him to death. I would do literally anything for him.
Nobody's down to that. You just need to be more useful.
I would go to the ends of the earth to do whatever he needs. But
okay, just go up to the ends of a microwave, heat up some waffles properly, and then it'll be good, bro.
Keep my house clean.
Go to the ends of the kitchen and heat up the food.
I just want to say, but I just started a relationship like this. I've never been in a relationship where I like didn't have to work and that I had to just stay home and do all the duties and things like that. I'm 18 years old. Like my
You're an
mom
adult.
has
That
always
explains it.
done. My mom has
That
always done
explains
everything
it.
for me. Like I'm learning.
Okay.
I'm learning, and I don't really think I'm doing too bad.
No, okay. Listen, like I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but you know when the chores aren't done, when
They
my
are.
laundry isn't, my
They
bed
are.
isn't made.
It is.
It's just like I lose.
Stop interrupting him when he speaks, please.
I lose attraction. It's like I can't even get my dick hard to fuck you. Like that's so disrespectful. So disrespectful. I'm
You're
like,
being disrespectful
No, it's
right
like-
now.
That was pretty But it is. rude. Everything
You're like
is
being
done.
actually disgusting right now.
No,
it's not
no,
even
it's crazy.
disrespectful. You're being nasty
it's
and
crazy.
gross.
It's crazy. It's actually
Everything
crazy.
is done. That house doesn't have a speck on it.
No.
Get another girl
But why
that's
are
gonna
you just
do better.
berating her?
Like,
You-
like let her be one of the girlfriends, but have another one that like does chores and shit.
You know in your heart that
You're
you want to go
kind
out
of
with me, you want to ditch your boyfriend, and you would go on the date. You're just being performative for the
no.
podcast. I know women.
I don't do that in front of your
I would
girlfriend.
never want to go
That's
out with
crazy.
a guy like you that treats his. This is your
She's a beautiful
like you're
woman.
fucking
Like,
gross.
I'm talking about, yo, this is what I mean. When I say, literally, I talk about this in my book. Why I'm deserved less.
Men are pussies, dude. Holy
I
shit.
probably trust
Amazon
You guys
bestseller.
keep as a.
Hold on. Shut up for 2 seconds. Literally, I talk about this shit in my book, chat.
At the end of the night, he goes back to his condo and watches clips of himself from the evening, while he makes the girl he brought home watch him lose money during his contractually obligated gambling session on stake. The verticality of his business model is he then offers a course to teach boys how to live this type of life through his beauty routine for $50 a month. Premium subscribers can submit videos of themselves for him to analyze and recommend different routines or surgeries to optimize their facial harmony score.
What can I help you with? You want to start looks maxing? Okay. Well, I would say that the best place to start would be with some sort of dental work, right? You've got a little, I can't really see from this far away, but if you want to show me a little bit closer, we're either looking at some sort of dental gap between your front teeth or a missing tooth. So you're going to have to tell me which it is. Which is it? The first? Is it a missing tooth? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. I appreciate you tuning in. So thanks, man. Hopefully you get that situated, and keep up with the looks maxing, my guy.
He's clarified he doesn't recommend some of his more extreme procedures.
I always speak out against recreational drugs. I say, hey guys, don't do stimulants, don't do fucking this, don't do that. But I do it. So it's like, yeah, in a way I'm promoting it, but I'm in any unironic context, I'm speaking out against it. So it's kind of difficult, but like I really just don't want the responsibility.
It's not that different from a consultation with a normal personal trainer. It just has an extreme marketing campaign.
In the morning, if my jaw looks a little weak, I'll bone smash to strengthen it. My ratios are nearly golden now. Testosterone for muscle growth. Disoxin as for appetite suppression. Glutathione for health maxing. Peptides for anti-aging and collagen production. Melanotan 2 for healthy glow. IGF-1, HGH. Retatrutide for leanness. Dutasteride and minoxidil for hair maintenance. When it comes to ascension, if you're not looks maxing, you're not life maxing. And if you're not life maxing, you're nothing.
I think a lot of the doomerism stems from a growing number of people not engaging with fiction anymore. I'm seeing more and more people saying that they don't watch movies, television, or even listen to music.
For any of the pop culture references, we are
you don't know
20 years
shows.
apart. No.
You don't know any shows or movies?
Not like anything before like 2015.
So like Transformers like 4?
No.
No.
think that's.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Oh, that's a tough
Or it's
one.
Jester. Movies are Jester? or
Movies
no?
are kind of Jester.
This guy. Titanic. Have you seen it?
No.
Haven't seen it at all.
Wasn't that before I was born? Was it not?
Well, it sank before you were born.
No, but the movie is it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Okay. So like, what?
Fucking
do I go back?
Transformers 3? What do you want me to say? I'm trying to go through like the big famous movies.
Yeah,
You never had any interest in like understanding
They're
what...
just a waste of time. Bro, before I was 18, I didn't even listen to music because I was like, this is a waste of time. I should watch more YouTube. If you want to make great YouTube videos, you just watch YouTube.
You
and
gotta
study
be a
it.
little
So like a 2-hour movie, you could watch like 20 YouTube videos, and you'd get exponentially smarter doing that. You know.
Forget books, those are obviously out for those guys. But they're forgoing literally any form of narrative fiction or storytelling. They'll just play competitive video games like League of Legends or Counter-Strike to occupy their body, while streamers and podcasts occupy their mind. It makes sense people would embrace superficiality if that's how they're interfacing with society. People are more informed than ever about how things are, but aren't very interested in how things could or should be. People used to watch shows like Malcolm in the Middle, that would showcase the lives of lower middle class families, and while it was over the top and hilarious, it would teach life lessons. Not by being self-righteous and preachy with pious characters always doing the right thing, it was the exact opposite. They would make the wrong decision constantly, and the show would explore the ramifications of that. If they pulled off some immoral scheme to get what they want, they would have to live with the consequences of all the people they hurt and betrayed. Usually with the realization that what they wanted ultimately doesn't make them happy, and it wasn't worth how it made the people around them feel. It would pose questions such as how should you treat your friends? Why is it bad to cheat? When should you be honest with your parents? Outside of fiction, if somebody starts talking about morality, they'll be hit with gay. These things don't register from somebody lecturing you about it with finger wagging and statistics. They need to tell a story so you could put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Especially for boys who don't really develop empathy until they do mushrooms or reach their mid-20s. Like your teacher could tell you not to make fun of the slow kid all they want. We even had to have an assembly one time in elementary school with everybody except for Kevin because people were going up to him and lying that there was going to be a fire drill, and he would freak out and throw his desk at the window to try to break it and escape. And it was like ding-dong ditching, where people would dare each other to whisper it to him just to see him get wound up. It still didn't get through to everybody after the assembly to cut it out. But then we would read Flowers for Algernon in class, and they would spend hours reading journal entries from the perspective of somebody with special needs getting picked on, and it would break their heart for it to really sink in what they were doing to this guy, and how he had processed that noise differently than everybody else, and how overstimulating it was, and it had this all-encompassing fear take over in him. Fiction takes you outside of yourself, and if that's entirely missing from your life, I think things can start to veer towards sociopathy.
You said something that I love and I never hear other entrepreneurs talk about, but I think it's super important, that you don't have any levels of introspection.
Yes, zero, as little as possible.
Why?
Move forward, go. Yeah, I don't know. I found people who dwell in the past get stuck in the past. It's a real problem, and it's a problem at work, and it's a problem at home. And you probably know if you go back before 100 years ago, it never would have occurred to anybody to be introspective. Like it's the whole idea of, all of the modern conceptions around introspection and therapy and all the things that kind of result from that are kind of manufactured in the 1910s, 1920s.
Say more about that.
Great men of history didn't sit around doing this stuff at any prior point, right? It's all a new construct. In the 1910s, 1920s, Freud and all that entire movement, and kind of turned all that inward and basically said, okay, now we need to basically second guess the individual. We need to criticize the individual. The individual needs to self-criticize, right? The individual needs to feel guilt, needs to look backwards, needs to dwell on the past. It never resonated with me.
They're not seeing American culture mediated through the optimism of somebody like Norman Lear, who would critique the problems in society and parody the culture, while also offering prescriptive solutions, which is to love your family and friends and try to operate honestly as a citizen in a dishonest world. The younger generation are starting to see society for what it is, rather than the mythology and idealism cultivated through art. The objective rationality of a weaponized autist embodied a parody that created a hyper-real mirror of society. When laid threadbare, their diagnosis of the culture is accurate. The good guy is rarely rewarded for their virtue. There's no justice. It just comes down to raw power.
Everybody at some point is blue-pilled, or what I like to call it, Disney pill. Now, why do I call it the Disney pill? Prince that falls in love with this maid or this girl that's extremely sweet, and there's butterflies in the air, and she falls in love with him despite him being homeless. But because of their kind-heartedness, they're given, a chance at romance and a beautiful life with a significant other. It doesn't matter what you look like, how tall you are, or anything about you, as long as you're a kind-hearted person, you've got a great shot at life. But sadly, that's not the case. The world just doesn't work that way. And then your little scrawny body starts to flare about on the internet. And you start to question reality. You start to question yourself. The blue pill is just hope. It's cope. It's not real. It's the red pill. You start seeing red because you realize society doesn't work like blue pill wants it to. And as a result, you stumble on red pill content. So when you take the red pill, what's happening is you're simply waking up from this simulation. You're accepting that the world isn't equal. You're breaking away from this mainstream blue pill narrative, and you're accepting that, hey, other factors do matter. The whole idea and concept is that a man is built, he has to earn his value. It also introduces the idea of hypergamy. And the idea of hypergamy is that Chad plays with 90% of girls while the 10% are passed around with the guys that are below Chad. Despite doing all these things, you're not leveling up. For some reason, some odd reason, you're not leveling up. And you feel like life has kind of hit you with a wall, despite you having all these things that these red pillars are talking about, the money, the status, all these little things. And for some reason, your life still doesn't reflect that of a Chad, that top 10%. And another breach happens in that bubble. And you're curious again, like that monkey, Curious George, and you reach your hand out into the void. Enter.
The black pill is this. It's a fatalistic acceptance that certain hierarchies are biological, immutable, and rigged against you from birth, and that your value as a man, especially your romantic and social value, is largely determined by factors outside of your control. Your height, your bone structure, your genetic lottery ticket. And once you see the world through that lens, once you accept this framing as truth, everything else starts to feel like coke.
You're saying that humans need fantasies to make life bearable?
No. Humans need fantasy to be human. To be the place where the falling angel meets the rising ape.
With tooth fairies, hogfathers.
Yes, that's practice. You have to start out learning to believe the little lies.
So we can believe the big ones?
Yes, justice, mercy, duty, that sort of thing.
They're not the same at all.
You think so? Then take the universe and grind it down to the finest powder and sieve it through the finest sieve, and then show me one atom of justice, one molecule of mercy. And yet, you try to act as if there is some ideal order in the world, as if there is some rightness in the universe by which it may be judged.
But people have got to believe that. What's the point?
You need to believe in things that aren't true. How else can they become?
I don't know what pill this is, but the black pill or the red pill is equally as made up as the optimistic Pixar story blue pill. Your belief in it is the pillar that supports it. The Constitution only exists because millions of people agree on its legitimacy. You don't actually have rights granted to you by God. Did God change his mind on Hawaiians in 1959? Your rights are granted to you by your neighbors, who believe with every fiber of your being that there's certain ways that people aren't allowed to be treated, and they'll die for that fiction. In theory. It's equally important to believe in things like love and romanticism, and your determination to love other people is what perpetuates that as a concept in society. Oh, that's just cope. Yeah, everything is cope until it happens. The gravity cells thought going to the moon was cope. My father-in-law has been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan, so that's, allegedly. But still, fucking inventing penicillin, Mog the germ cells. You have to cope if you want anything to change. So be delusional. Short cells. Inshallah, you will get some pussy from a nice girl. I believe in you. Oh, the world doesn't work the way you think it does. Yeah, maybe for some people and maybe for now, but reality is an agreed upon delusion. If you acquiesce that the world is a terrible place and you just need to get yours by any means necessary, you're just turning yourself into one of the pillars that supports the society that you despise. You get cheated on once and decide all women are vapid whores, and treat every girl going forward as disposable, even though they did nothing to you, and you just continue that cycle of cruelty. If you're jaded and bitter after being rejected for trying to show love, you need to persist in spite of that, and be the change that you want to see.
Do not cast judgment on me, my friend,
Oh, hello, how are you?
for my heart bleeds on this morn. My lady, she has left me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Heed my warning, friend. Do not get lost in the gardens of love, for the roses bloom bright, but their thorns cut deep.
Well, how come you won't get another lady?
I already have my friend, and she is not so quick to abandon me.
Oh, well, I mean, we could always have other fun ways to make you feel better, you know?
Yeah, like what?
I love singing karaoke like High School Musical.
Are you a good singer?
Maybe. Yeah, I like to sing a lot.
Do you want to sing some karaoke?
I'm not doing much of anything. I could let's go sing.
Okay. Oh, let me see what time it is.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Do you have any advice for someone who also has a bit of an unrequited love theme in their life?
The one who's in love always wins.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you get your heart broken. You're living. When you're feeling, you're alive. The sun doesn't care whether the grass appreciates its rays, right? It just keeps on shining. That's you.
That's actually, I'm gonna get that tattooed on my forehead, I think. I love you.
I love you too.
The Looksmaxers are a Greek tragedy. Their entire life has been flattened to quantitative indicators instead of qualitative. The hyper-capitalist framing of life has reduced basic human experiences like love, friendship, and self-worth to be nothing more than variables in an equation. What the Looksmaxers have done is inverted Buddhism to become something of shadow monks. Instead of denouncing worldly possessions and relinquishing their ego to free themselves from the shackles of earthly desires, they've come to the conclusion that there's nothing but worldly possessions and the cultivation of the ego. They're aiming for an unreachable goal. There's always a bigger Mauger out there. They're trying to get as close to godliness or Ziz or Matt Bomer as possible, but they'll never reach it. They find fulfillment in the pursuit, at least for now. Like wishing on a monkey's paw, all of Clavicular's wildest fantasies have come true, and he's living the life he's always thought he deserved. This is the life.
I'm not a character. I'm not a well-developed character. This is a fucking horror story, right? I wish that I wasn't a fucking autist doing this rant right now. I wish I was walking around the dining hall like a normal kid, like a normal motherfucker, hanging out with my buddies in college, right? Even if it's cope, even if college is the dumbest fucking thing known to man, I wish I had that experience, and you guys took that away from me. So this is what you get. This is not character development. This is a horror story.
Manipulated me. I keep falling for it. Can't do this. Can't do this. It's like.
Yeah, I live with my grandma. Yeah, I miss living with my grandma. I like hanging out with my grandma more than I like hanging out with anyone these days, to be honest with you. I'd rather go back to that.
It's been out for 40 hours straight.
Dad, I'm trying to make money.
Who cares about money? I don't give a thing money.
I care about money.
Alright, well, if you die making it, I'm just gonna spend it. We're just concerned about you, that's all.
No, man, you're not concerned about me. You're threatening me.
I'm not gonna sit here and fucking complain about it any more than I am right now, right? So that experience got taken away from me by you guys, right? That experience, I will never get to live the normal life of a normal kid. So I'm gonna try to mug. I'm gonna try to basically do whatever the fuck it takes to mug.
When have you lost the blues? You want natty? You want natty? You want an Eddie.
Rescue 16 trying to respond. 20-year-old male overdose. Rescue 16 trying to respond. 20-year-old male overdose.
This is what it was all for. As long as people keep watching and he keeps gambling on stake, Ed Craven will keep signing his checks until he's in jail or overdoses again. He's still only 20, so now that he's reached the mountaintop, once he has time to stop and take a deep breath, he might have a clearer view of what's really important in life.
Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking?
Do you know what you used to be?
No, Alec, what did I used to be?
Nice. You used to be nice. Didn't he not? And now, do you know what you are? Not nice.
Oh, well, I suppose niceness doesn't last then, does it, Porrick? Well, I tell you something that does last.
What?
And don't say something stupid like mogging. Mogging lasts.
Knew it!
And fame lasts. And money lasts.
So does niceness.
Do you know who we remember for how nice they was in the
21st century.
Who?
Absolutely no one.
Yet we all remember Tamagas of the time. Everyone to a man knows Clavicular's name.
I don't, so there goes that theory. And anyway, we're talking about niceness. Not what's his name. My mommy, she was nice. I remember her. My daddy, he was nice. I remember him. And my sister, she's nice. I'll remember her forever. I'll remember her.
And who else will?
Who else will what?
Remember Siobhan and your niceness. No one will. In 50 years' time, no one will remember any of us.
Yet the mogging of a man that lived 2 centuries ago.
Yet, she says like he's English.
I don't give a feck about clavicular. No, androgenic.
Are any of them funny name feckers? I'm Porrick Sullivan. I'm nice. So you'd rather be friends with this fella, would you? Fella who beats his own son black and blue every night that he's not fiddling with him.
I never told him that, Daddy. He's just drunk now.
You used to be nice. Or did you never used to be? Oh, God. Maybe you never used to be.